Okay, so let's look at another example with graphing, of course. So let's say we have x minus 2y equals 4. Graph this equation using x and y intercepts. Graph this equation using x and y intercepts. So let's do that. When x is 0, please find y, and then when y is 0, please find x. Here's how we do it. Please pay attention for a second. When x is 0, I cover it up. Can anyone determine y for us? Y equals?
-2.
Very good. Can anyone give us the ordered pair?
0, -2.
Very good. Excellent. Now when y is 0, I covered it up. How much is x? I cover it up because it's 0.
4.
Good. Can anyone give us the ordered pair, please?
0 and 4.
The ordered pair requires x to be first and y to be second.
4 and 0.
4 and 0. Excellent. That's all we needed. We're going to plot, connect, and extend the line. Does this graph pass through the origin? Will this graph pass through the origin?
Yes.
The answer is no, because it has a free term. The equation has a free term. If it has a free term, 0, 0 will not be 4. So because it has a free term, it will not pass through the origin. Good. So 0 for x, -2 for y, 0 for x, -2 for y, 4 for x, 0 for y. 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect and extend the line. On the line, below, left, or right, it doesn't matter. You have to write x minus 2y equals 4. Any questions? Any questions on how to graph a line using x and y intercepts? Okay, here is the next step, types of lines. We basically have 4. This is one, this is the other, this is the third, and this is the fourth. The first one, as you see, it increases. It goes from left to right. It increases. This one has a slope, I'll explain the slope in a minute, that is positive. The slope is denoted by lowercase m. The slope is like the steepness. When we drive uphill or walk uphill, the slope is positive from left to right. What does this mean? Well, it means that we go, let's say, 5 feet up and 4 feet to the right. Or we go 10 feet up and 20 feet to the right. The slope is positive, increasing. Can you guess the slope on the second one?
Decrease.
Yes, so it's negative. This is a horizontal line. We know that. The horizontal line has slope, which is absolutely 0. It's the only one that has slope 0. Now, this is a horizontal line. This is a vertical line. The slope for a vertical line is undefined. It does not exist. It cannot be determined. So positive slope, negative slope, zero slope, undefined slope. So, for example, if I have the 2 points, I'm giving you 2 points, let's say 2, 0 and 2, 8. This is point 1, so I'm going to call the first coordinate x1 and then y1, the second coordinate. I'm going to call this point 2, it doesn't matter. So this is the first coordinate x sub 2 of point 2, and this is of course y sub 2, the y coordinate of the second point. The definition of the slope, which is m, is rise over run. Rise, notice this is a difference in y values. Run is difference in x values. So I continue. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So in other words, when I look at this line, from this point till this point, I went up this much. This is the rise. And I went to the right, in this case, this much. This ratio is the steepness of the line. So how much I went up? y2 minus y1. How much I went to the right? x2 minus x1. So let's determine the slope of this line. So we know that 2 points define a line. But I want to find the slope. So to find the slope, I write y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and I copy 8 minus 0 over 2 minus 2. How much is the rise? Can anyone calculate the rise for us? Can anyone calculate the rise for us? Ashley, will you calculate the rise for us?
Isn't it just 8?
Thank you very much. Can anyone calculate the run for us?
It'd be 0.
Perfect. We talked about this a long time ago. What do we say about 8 over 0?
It's undefined.
Excellent. And this happens because these 2 points are on the same line. Can anyone tell us which line are they on?
The x?
Equals x equals
2.
exactly. So it's a vertical line. And this is what we were supposed to get anyway. The 2 points are 2, 0 and 2, 8. They are found on the vertical line x equals 2. Therefore, the slope, the steepness on this line is so huge, but we cannot even say anything about it. It's undefined. I cannot walk on this line. I can walk very nicely on this one, I may have some difficulties depending on steepness on this one. I may have some difficulties on this one depending on steepness. If it's only -1, it's okay. But if it's -10, I may have difficulties. If it's +3, I may be okay. But if it's +20, I may have difficulties on it. This one is always easy. This is flat land. This one is impossible. The slope is so big, the steepness is so big that I cannot walk on it. This may be okay, this may be okay, depending on how steep they are. This is always fine, this is impossible. That's why I selected 2 points that are on the vertical line, so you see why the slope is undefined. Good, moving on. So I want to mention again different definitions here and different forms. Formulas. I'm going to list all of them in this module. I will repeat the first one that we just talked about. Slope of a line given 2 points. We say points, but we are also nicely mathematical terms, 2 ordered pairs. We mean the same thing. When we say 2 points or 2 ordered pairs, we mean the same thing. Again, what is the definition? Lowercase m, rise over run, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I need 2 points, and I will be able to determine the slope of the line that passes through those 2 points, either this way or this way or this way. This is undefined. Number 2. Something called point slope form. Something called slope intercept. We mean the y-intercept. So y-intercept. Good. So I'm going to present those 2 here. Now, slope-intercept form of an equation of a line is y equals the slope times x plus lowercase b. What is this? Is what we call the y-intercept. Of course, it has to be an ordered pair, 0, comma, a number. So if I'm given the slope and the y-intercept, I can determine the equation of the line. But I have to be given a point that is 0, comma, a number. But what if I'm not given a point 0, comma, a number? What if I'm given a point, general point, a generic point, y1, comma, x1? What do I do then? I have the point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals the slope, and in parentheses, quantity x minus x1. So again, if I'm given the point that is the y-intercept and it has to be 0, comma, a number, I can use this equation to create the line. If I'm given the slope and a generic point, I will use this equation to determine the equation of the line. There exists a third, I should say in this case a fourth equation, which is not really useful. It's called a standard form. Why isn't it useful? It's a times x plus b times y equals c. Why isn't this useful? Because I cannot determine the slope from here. I have to solve for y. I cannot determine the y-intercept. So this is the standard form, but it's really not useful in general. but I may be given an equation in the standard form to do XYZ with it. So we need to know what the standard form represents. Okay. I would like to open the book now. The assignments. And to tell you where we are and what are we doing. Here. Am I logged out? Hopefully not. Okay. Good. So, let me see how I'm with the time on this one.